11 News. Coverage you can count on.
In the past hour, Chopper 11 flew over Duquesne to show us the aftermath of a fierce fire. It brought down part of a building last night, and this morning, the roof collapsed. 2 families lost everything, a business below, the apartments also destroyed. Thanks for joining us. I'm Gordon Lesh.
And I'm Melissa Raymond. We first followed the fire last night on WPXI Tonight. Since then, Mike Holden got a closer look at the damage.
It is an extremely difficult day here in Duquesne. The people who live at this property have lost everything. From the bottom all the way to the top, there was extensive damage, and neighbors say it's a miracle no one was hurt or killed. Charred bricks, rubble, and toys are scattered across the sidewalk in front of this Grant Avenue home and former barber shop. It's the aftermath of a fire that left 2 families homeless. Wednesday evening, thick smoke filled the air, making it both difficult to breathe and see in Duquesne. Firefighters rushed to the burning property just before 10 p.m. When they got here, they saw flames shooting from the side of the building and out of the roof, the fire almost spreading to a neighboring church. The City of Duquesne Police Chief tells Channel 11 police were first on scene and managed to get everyone out to safety before flames took over. Neighbors say this is a real tragedy.
There's 2 things, hope and optimism. With programs through Salvation Army and other care services, hopefully transition to that. Emotional shock and distress to the poor children and fear of life and their families. Who knows what happened?
And because, again, the families have lost everything here, the American Red Cross is now assisting them. In the meantime, we're still working to determine exactly what sparked this fire in the first place. I'm now talking with neighbors about the moment they knew they had to stay back as this fire spread. For Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting in Duquesne, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
Breaking news now, a bad crash has been cleared from Lincoln Highway in North Versailles. From Chopper 11, we saw a couple of cars being towed away. We're hearing several people were hurt and are now working to find out how they're doing. Police say a man admitted to killing his mother and a neighbor in Lawrence County. Overnight, Newcastle police told us they took Luis Esposito into custody. They say he killed his mother, Margaret, and his neighbor, John Miko. They were found in a duplex on Dewey Avenue yesterday. A second neighbor was also shot and rushed to the hospital. Police say after confessing, Esposito tried to pull the fire alarm to escape the police station. He didn't get anywhere. No word yet on a motive. Esposito is charged with 2 counts of homicide and 1 count of attempted homicide.
A local firefighter sent a Snapchat telling others to be ready moments after police say he torched a mobile home. Sean Mann has been charged with arson for last month's fire on Brookville Road in North Irwin. Police say he confessed to setting fire to the abandoned home. Mann no longer works with the Irwin Volunteer Fire Department. Police say a standoff in Baldwin yesterday started after a fight with a Verizon repairman. The SWAT was called in to negotiate the man out of a home on McNeely Road after he barricaded himself inside. 6 hours later, he was taken into custody. His name and more details on what sparked the standoff have not yet been released.
The CDC greenlights the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for kids as young as 12. And local health systems are not wasting time making the shots available. The head of the Allegheny County Health Department is excited by the news. She says these vaccines work and can save lives. But some parents are still very hesitant to get their kids the shot. NBC's Sam Brock has more on the race to get more people vaccinated.
Almost 60% of the adult population in the United States has received at least 1 COVID vaccine shot so far. Now it's time for the younger folks to get involved as well. As of yesterday, the CDC signing off on all Americans eligible between the ages of 12 and 15 years old. And this comes right now as where I am in Miami, the largest healthcare provider here, Jackson Health, had stopped administering first doses because of a lack of demand. Now they're coming back online to vaccinate kids 12 to 18 years old, and that starts today. This is going on as 2 things are occurring across the country, one of which is states are starting to roll back rules. As an example, in Maryland, starting this weekend, restaurants and entertainment venues are opening to full capacity for the first time in more than a year. And in Ohio, where the mask mandate and most COVID-related restrictions are being lifted, that starts on June the 2nd. They're also incentivizing people to come and get a shot in Ohio. Everyone under the age of 18 who gets at least 1 dose is eligible for a 4-year college scholarship drawing. Everyone above 18 is eligible for a weekly drawing of $1 million. And the odds for that are about 1 in 5 million, because right now there's fewer than 5 million adults who've received at least one shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. That sure beats the lottery, which is more like 1 in 300 million. And in this case, you're also saving lives. In Miami, Sam Brock, NBC News.
UPMC didn't wait long following yesterday's vaccine announcement. Moments after getting the okay, 35 children got their first dose at a clinic on the south side. UPMC's director of pharmacy vaccinated his 15-year-old son. He said many teens brought their parents, and those parents left vaccinated as well.
Some kids kind of educating their parents coming in and saying, hey, my kid's saying these things, I'm thinking about it, are these real? Having the conversation and letting them make a decision that's right for them. And in a lot of the situations, they chose to be vaccinated too.
The Pfizer vaccine is also endorsed by the American Academy of Pediatrics, and right now, more trials are underway in children aged 6 months to 11 years. The Pittsburgh Catholic Diocese has announced plans to fully open seating capacity. The diocese says capacity will be full again beginning May 31st. Masks still must be worn inside churches and parish buildings. Bishop David Zubik is also asking pastors to maintain an area of pews for socially distanced seating.
Time right now is 12:05, and a teenager was found dead more than 30 years ago. But there could finally be justice for Jessica Freeman. Police are taking another look at her case.
As time has passed, a lot has changed in our favor. With any case of that length, you have allegiances that have changed. You have people more willing to talk. You have the science behind evidence has become better. So I'm pretty hopeful about that case.
Recently, detectives put together a new timeline of where Jessica was the night she disappeared back in 1992. They think she was lured into human trafficking near a downtown bus station. Her body was later found near railroad tracks in Bethel Park. Even after 3 decades, her sister is confident they will find her killer.
Everything was hidden until I came out. Now everybody's hiding because I'm coming out. And like I told all her friends, if you know anything, I need you to tell. I don't care if you're scared or not, because whoever done it is going to pay.
County police have not released many details about this case, only to say they are getting closer to solving it.
2 LA County firefighters are expected to be fired and a third suspended for taking pictures at the scene of the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant. The firefighters then shared the graphic photos, according to court documents. The disclosure was made by attorneys representing Bryant's widow. Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and 7 others were killed when their helicopter crashed into a hillside in January of last year. Vanessa Bryant has filed suit against Los Angeles County for negligence and invasion of privacy. Colonial Pipeline has restarted its 5,000-mile line after hackers forced it to shut down last week. The U.S. Energy Secretary says it will take several days for the supply chain to return to normal. The shutdown sparked panic buying of gas across the southeast. Governor Tom Wolf and other officials are urging people not to panic, saying there is not a gas shortage here in Pennsylvania. But Channel 11 found drivers lining up at local gas stations like this Sunoco in Ambridge.
I noticed today there were a lot of people bringing cans down and filling them up, which normally don't. If people do that, that could cause a bigger shortage of what really is to come, if there is one to come.
The average price of a gallon of regular is $3.09 in Pennsylvania. That's up more than 6 cents from last week.
Happening today, President Biden will meet with a group of Republican senators to talk about the best ways to invest in America's infrastructure. It comes one day after he heard from top leaders on both sides of the aisle. Our Blair Miller has more from Washington and what's expected to come out of this meeting today.
Lawmakers and the president agree they want to do something, but the biggest sticking point will be how to pay for it. There's even some debate over defining what infrastructure really is. Republicans want to stick to roads and bridges, but the Biden administration has other aspects like housing and wages included in this plan. The Biden team has set a date of Memorial Day weekend to have some real progress on this. The White House team has set a cost of $2.3 trillion. Republicans today will try to urge the president to do this at a lesser cost with a plan they're pushing. They're also suggesting to use the gas tax to help pay for this. The White House says they would like to see a tax fall on higher earners instead. In Washington, Blair Miller, Channel 11 News.
A woman is suing the Pennsylvania Turnpike. She claims they are gouging E-ZPass users. Now she's working to gain class action status so others can join her fight. Julie Thomas filed the lawsuit in Dauphin County Court. The lawsuit claims E-ZPass customers are wrongly charged by old, outdated, and malfunctioning toll booths. A Turnpike spokeswoman would not comment on pending litigation. If the suit gains class action status, tens of thousands of E-ZPass holders could be eligible.
Well, temperatures will finally be getting closer to where they should be today.
Meteorologist Jessica Faith is tracking the start of a warming trend in Severe Weather Center 11. Jessica, May 13th, my teeth were chattering this morning. Tell me it's done.
Well, hopefully you're good now. We're at 60 degrees, so feeling really nice this midday. And from here, temperatures will continue to go up as we go throughout the afternoon. Also looking really nice outside if you're maybe about to grab some lunch anytime soon. Looking pretty good. We have some sunshine, a few clouds in the mix. Calm conditions as far as the wind is concerned. Overall, really shaping up to be a really nice Thursday as we go throughout the rest of the day. Here's a look at the next few hours. A mix of sun and clouds. Could see more sun than clouds as we go into the early afternoon hours. And look at those temperatures climbing into the mid-60s. I'm going to break down the temperature forecast for the rest of this week, especially this weekend, and talk about which day we'll see temperatures in the 70s.
Breaking news, the Penguins' first playoff game will be right here on Channel 11. The first round scheduled, just announced in the past half hour. Game 1 against the Islanders at noon Sunday at PPG Paints Arena. We will have special coverage before and after the game. Game 2 is Tuesday night. The Pens head to New York for Game 3 next Thursday. And Game 4 is back here on WPXI next Saturday at 3 p.m. Our sports team will have special coverage before and after that game as well.
We're doing right by our animal, you know, by giving her something that would protect her.
Their cat had a bad reaction to flea and tick medicine. We find out what went wrong, plus a warning for all pet owners from a local veterinarian.
$3.10 right now for chicken wings. It's ridiculous.
From chicken wings to gasoline, prices are going up. Why experts say this inflation will not last.
Raw sewage seeping up in one man's basement, and Channel 11 found out his neighbors are having the exact same problem. Why the cost for a fix could be on them.
Nobody wants their kids to be dealing with that, but we can't get nobody to do anything.
He's talking about raw sewage pouring into his basement.
And our Ryan Houston found out he's not the only one in the neighborhood dealing with the problem.
Does it make you throw up?
It does. I don't even want to do this while y'all here for real. I don't.
But Dwayne Ringel says every time one of his kids or wife uses the restroom, the waste comes up through the basement floor.
The pump will get stopped up because of the poop and the toilet paper. So I've been having to scrape it off so we can continue on getting the water.
This pump sucks the water out the basement into the backyard. And he tells Channel 11 they buy candles and cleaning supplies to mask the smell.
It smells bad. It smells like poop. You know, you can't get no better than that. That's basically what it smells like. You can see it.
And right next door,
so helpless. Usually I can solve most of anything that arises.
Tanya McClendon Todd also uses candles and air freshener to mask the smell of waste, again coming through the basement. My photographer and I went into her basement, and the floor is covered in feces and urine.
It knocked out my hot water tank, burnt the motor of my washing machine. I haven't had hot water. I have to go out to take a bath or a shower.
Both neighbors say the plumbers they've called blame the city, and then the city turns around and blames them.
It makes me feel like I'm just getting taken advantage of, like nobody really cares because it's not their house.
I contacted the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority. The department responded in part by stating, quote, the property owner is responsible for the sewer lateral, which runs from PWSA sewer main to internal plumbing in a home or business. PWSA is responsible for the public sewer main in the street. If the problem is with the property owner's sewer lateral, then it is their responsibility to repair. Well, we found that at least 6 homes or more on Race and Monticello all have sewage from their toilets coming out in the basement. Ryan Houston, Channel 11 News.
And after finding out more homes have the same issue, Ryan went back to PWSA. They plan to check on the problems today.
Police believe a string of burglaries in Bethel Park are connected, and they say what's more concerning is the timing of the break-ins. 2 homes were broken into between 3 and 5 a.m. last week near Old Ox Road while the victims were home. Police say whoever did it managed to get inside through the back door. In one case, the thief took a man's medication.
That's just wrong. If you take something from an elderly man that he needs that's crucial to his life, that's just something wrong with you.
No arrests have been made, and there is no description of the suspect. Officers plan to review footage from security cameras set up around the neighborhood.
There's a new effort from lawmakers to save children from dying in hot cars. The Hot Cars Act would require all new vehicles to be equipped with a sensor and alert system to remind drivers to check their back seat. On average, 39 children die in hot cars each year. 2018 and 19 were record-setting years with 53 deaths each. Safety groups say this is a preventable problem that technology can fix.
No one gets into a car thinking that they're going to forget their child, and that's why this technology is vital.
This legislation has been introduced every year since 2017. Opponents say the bill would increase costs but would not solve the problem.
Check this out. Strong storms whipped through southern Texas and uprooted trees, lifted up a car, I should say. The storm also knocked over power lines. More than 15,000 people lost power. Fortunately, there were no reports of any major injuries.
Your severe winter Team 11 forecast.
Well, we're not seeing any storms here, not even rain in our area. The closest rainfall is farther off toward the east around State College, but we are good to go along with nice quiet skies. We have a good bit of sunshine coming in and temperatures warming up nicely, or have warmed up nicely throughout the first half of the day. Now that we are going into the afternoon hours, temperatures will continue to rise into the 60s, mid 60s, and we're near 60 degrees right now. 60 in Pittsburgh right now, 63 in Beaver, pretty close there in Washington, 58 also close in Greensburg, 59 degrees. Here's what your afternoon is looking like. Again, staying quiet. getting around 65 degrees for the high, and a nice calm night tonight as well. Here's your forecast for tomorrow. Really nice day to maybe take the kiddos outside to the playground, get some fresh air in, and enjoy the nice warmer conditions. We're adding a few more degrees to the high tomorrow. We're going to continue on with that upward trend with our temperatures as we head into the weekend as well. So really nice to even start the day. Temperatures in the 50s around 9 o'clock. Maybe grabbing that first cup of coffee, heading to work. 52 degrees. May not even need a jacket depending on your comfort level by the afternoon. We're in the lower 60s and then upper 60s by the peak of the daytime heating. 68 degrees for the high on Friday. 68 on Saturday, and temperatures continue to go up on Sunday. Sunday is a nice and dry day. Maybe your pick of the weekend if you're a warm weather fan. We do have a few isolated showers expected for Friday and Saturday. Not a washout. Still really great days to head outside. Just may want to be weather aware. I'm going to break down the rain forecast and what parts of the days Friday and Saturday you could possibly see some wet weather. But again, rain chances will be slim to none as we go throughout the next 4 days. Here's your 5-day forecast showing you that the better rain chance actually comes on Monday as we start the new work week. One thing that may catch your mind, though, the temperatures continue to trend upwards as we start next week on Sunday. 70 degrees. Even the overnight lows warming. Last night was pretty cold. We're in the 40s tonight. The upper 40s by this weekend as we start next week. Lower 50s and then mid 50s as we go into the nighttime hours. So temperatures are promising to get warmer and warmer as we head toward next week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jessica. There's been a lot of talk about vaccine hesitancy. More on that $1 million incentive Ohio's governor is hoping will get more people in line for a shot.
A Pittsburgh tradition is back in Market Square. How this year's farmers market could help the city on its path to recovery. Welcome back. A staple event in downtown Pittsburgh returns to Market Square for the 17th year. It's another step forward as we continue on our path to recovery. Check it out. The Market Square Farmers Market is back, and it's going on right now until 2 p.m. Businesses in the square really hope you'll come downtown for it. They say they desperately need the foot traffic that's dwindled with more people working from home instead of in offices downtown.
Obviously, Market Square in downtown has taken a hit in the last year, but bringing people back in the town and showing that we're still here is very inviting, and obviously something that the city needs right now.
More than 25 vendors will set up every Thursday from now until October. Vendors will be spaced out and are expected to wear masks. Hand sanitizer will be available, and keep your eyes peeled too for more details about other downtown events.
There's a lot of activity and there's a lot of great things planned for this spring and summer and fall. Part of that effort, like you mentioned, to bring people back and really reactivate downtown.
The Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership says this is just the beginning. We know about the Allegheny Overlook pop-up park, but we do anticipate the Downtown Partnership will announce details about even more events very soon.
Earlier, we told you people living in Ohio now have a big incentive to get the COVID-19 vaccine. The governor announcing 5 weekly lottery-style drawings. The prize for each drawing, $1 million. They'll use the names of vaccinated Ohioans 18 and older who have at least one shot.
I think it's a great opportunity for people not only to get vaccinated, but to make money. It's actually pretty cool.
You know, you shouldn't be incentivized to get something for health purposes. And also, like, if DeWine's going to be giving money to people who have been vaccinated, like, where is that coming from?
That money is coming from federal coronavirus funds, and the governor is not limiting a money prize exclusively to adults. Those vaccinated 17 and under will also be entered into a drawing, and the winners will receive a full 4-year scholarship to one of the state of Ohio universities.
We're dry today, but we do have a shot for showers coming in the upcoming days. I'm breaking down rain chances coming up in our next half hour.
It's been a long time coming.
The Southern Beltway is finally taking shape, and guess what? We're driving it. How the new highway could speed up your commute.
Channel 11 among the first to drive the soon-to-be completed Southern Beltway, nearly 40 years after it was first conceived. The first leg of the project opened in 2006, connecting Route 22 to I-376, but soon drivers will be able to go from the airport to I-79 south of Bridgeville. Channel 11's Kara Sapita found out when it could open and how much it could cost you.
We're getting a tour of the Southern Beltway today. It is still closed, but it's going to be opening in October in just 5 months. This is the main interchange that will connect I-79 all the way to the airport. Miles and miles of paved road are ready to go on the Turnpike's new Southern Beltway. Channel 11 got one of the first opportunities to drive on the new highway, a project that has been in the works since 2013. And now it's set to open to traffic in October.
It's been a long time coming, but in October of this year, the Southern Beltway will be open.
Chopper 11 was over the construction today with an aerial view of the work that still needs to be finished, mostly the interchange area near 79. From the sky, you can see how the road will stretch from the interstate in Allegheny County through multiple communities in Washington County to Route 22 in Robinson Township to arrive at the airport, a major shortcut that Turnpike officials hope will help with Pittsburgh traffic.
It's anticipated that this will alleviate traffic tremendously off of the Parkway West.
People are going to love this little section. Today we met up with the project manager who showed us a map of the roadway, which will have multiple on and off ramps throughout Washington and Allegheny counties, and the first exit from 79 to Route 50 will be free.
And that will be between 79 and South Fayette Way. That will be considered a free drive, and also between Fort Cherry and Beach Hollow.
We asked the question we know our viewers will want to know: what will the total toll be? How much this is going to cost?
Well, the actual toll rates have not been determined yet. It will not be any more than $5 to run the entire length of the Southern Beltway.
The final decision on that toll will be made in July, just a couple of months before the official grand opening to the first major highway near Allegheny County in more than 30 years. If you want to know what kind of a time saver this could be, with no traffic, it will take about 15 to 20 minutes to get to the airport. Reporting above the Southern Beltway tonight, I'm Kara Sapita, Channel 11 News.
The state attorney general's office just opened their own investigation into the massive contact tracing data breach uncovered by Target 11. Josh Shapiro calls any allegations of personal information being mismanaged a, quote, serious matter. He started investigations on multiple fronts, but declined to elaborate on this more. A Target 11 investigation uncovered the breach that exposed the information of 72,000 Pennsylvanians. A class action lawsuit was filed against the contact tracing company Insight Global and the state health department. The suit claims they knew about the breach for months and did nothing.
Well, I was in the hospital. It felt like this day would never come. It feels great to get back in my gear and to drive and do what's needed.
We have a fantastic update on a local firefighter's battle with COVID. After spending weeks on a ventilator, he's been cleared to return to work for the Middlesex Township Volunteer Fire Department. We first introduced you to Greg Vikanovak in March. He battled COVID symptoms for 2 weeks before finally having to call 911 and ended up on a ventilator for 2 weeks. We told you when his community rallied and held a spaghetti dinner to help his family with the bills because his wife lost her job during the pandemic. Well, finally, just last week, the good news came. Doctors cleared him to return to work.
He said, you're 100% recovered. You have no restrictions. Go live your life. I just feel relieved. I can get back to my normal life.
He told us he hopes his story inspires others who are fighting COVID-19 to never give up.
That is such great news. And emergency responders in Pittsburgh have a new tool to help with accidents out on the water. They added a new paramedic and police rescue boat. Check it out. The boat replaces one that they bought in the 1980s. It has advanced technology, better lighting, and built-in sonar for a more accurate search. And this video from a few weeks ago, when officials were testing it out on the water, the boat can carry 2 police officers and 2 paramedics. They are all trained as divers.
This new vessel will be able to better support them in their day-to-day operations and saving the lives of our residents.
Last year, River Rescue responded to 264 calls on our 3 rivers.
Well, another frosty start, but we're finally getting back to spring temperatures.
Yeah.
Let's head back over to meteorologist Jessica Faith in Severe Weather Center 11.
Yeah, I'll say pretty nice improvement from early this morning. We're near 60 degrees. Right now, I think the big winner is Beaver at 63, one of the warmest temperatures we see on the map right now. As we go throughout the rest of the day, temperatures will continue to warm, getting into the mid-60s. Really nice. We have even warmer weather on the way as we head into the weekend. And with the warmer temperatures, you may want to make outdoor plans. Well, I'm breaking down rain chances coming up in the next few minutes, and we'll let you know when we could see a few showers.
All right, thanks, Jessica. You've likely noticed life got more expensive over the past year, and the shock of rising prices has some people concerned. Our Washington correspondent Samantha Manning is here to put this all into perspective for us.
6 gallons of gas for $35, that's absolutely ridiculous.
Prices for so many things are up. And we've seen a sharp sell-off in stock prices this week. Investors are growing more concerned about price spikes, shortages, and inflation. Consumers and businesses are also worried. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says consumer prices increased more than 4% in April compared to the previous year. That's the biggest 12-month increase since September 2008. One reason for the inflation concerns, widespread shortages are magnifying costs. They are supply bottlenecks. With the country working to return to normal, everyone is ramping up at once and companies can't keep up. And higher inflation was expected as the economy reopens. The Federal Reserve is closely monitoring what's happening and expects the inflation to be temporary. Reporting from the Washington News Bureau, I'm Samantha Manning.
If you need a little extra cash, you could ask one of the nation's top CEOs. The Institute for Policy Studies, a progressive think tank, studied 100 companies with the lowest median wage for workers in the S&P 500. The CEO's pay rose 29%. Their average pay was $15 million, but their workers' pay fell 2%. The median paycheck was $28,000 for a year, and for a family of 4, the poverty line is just over $26,000.
We're doing right by our animal, you know, by giving her something that would protect her.
But instead of protecting their cat, they say a flea and tick medicine nearly killed her. We talk with a local veterinarian about the scary reaction.
And vacations canceled last year, and now airline IOUs are set to expire. The confusion that has some missing out.
UPMC wants to spread the word about the dangers of vaping, so it's holding a program to talk about the facts here. The free virtual seminar is planned for next Friday. Participants will learn about how vaping works as well as its side effects. According to the World Health Organization, there are about 55 million e-cigarette users worldwide, and nearly 5 million of those are children. And millions of dollars in upgrades are coming to our airports. Pittsburgh International plans on investing the money on cargo buildings. More than $2 million in grant money will be spent on upgrading those buildings. And in Westmoreland County, Arnold Palmer Airport will also be getting some help. More than $500,000 will be used to improve its terminal.
At the height of the pandemic, millions of flyers delayed or canceled travel plans, and airlines offered vouchers or credit towards future flights. But those vouchers have dates that need to be used by. And now many travelers are facing deadlines and a confusing mix of policies from airlines. Consumer Reports has details to help you make sure you don't lose out on those flight credits. They say you should start with the airline to confirm the expiration date. Some have extended the cutoff, but airlines don't always tell the passengers directly. Also, check your records. Some vouchers are good from the date you bought the ticket, but others tie into the date you canceled your reservation. And be prepared to be flexible when it comes to cost.
Temperatures will be soaring in the next few days, but could that come with rain chances? I'm breaking down your forecast coming up.
A family warning about a popular flea and tick medicine after they claim it almost killed their cat. What Walmart and the manufacturer did after we reached out to them. You're having a great day. Time right now is 12:43. And in case you haven't heard, ticks are really bad in Pennsylvania. So vets encourage you to put flea and tick products on your pets. But a local family did not know about some of the risk, and they almost lost their cat. They shared their story with our Jennifer Tomazik.
You're such a good baby.
She is.
We were there for the happy reunion between Little Bit and her vet, Dr. Sandra Rodkey. The last time they saw each other, she was in bad shape. About 4 hours after Patrick Holmes and Susan Bartlett put flea and tick ointment on their family cat, they noticed that her face was twitching. By the next morning,
Trembling.
She was
uncontrollably.
Trembling. She wouldn't eat, and she was trembling.
And crying.
Oh, yes. And
broke my heart.
So they got her to Dr. Rodkey at Altmeyer Veterinary Hospital in Katanning, who says Little Bit almost had a seizure.
And when you see something like that and a history of the owner having applied a topical flea product, you do worry about a permethrin or a pyrethrin toxicity. After I did my exam, I pretty much had, at that time, concluded that that's what was going on.
It was a reaction to the flea and tick product. Dr. Rodkey and her team were able to get Little Bit's spasms under control with a bath and muscle relaxers. She spent the night at the vet's and was much better by the next day.
I thank God every day that we had a vet close by that
cares.
Love our animals as much as we do.
Patrick and Susan used Hart's UltraGuard Plus flea and tick drops for cats on Little Bit.
There it is. It's this one right here.
Dr. Rodkey warns that over-the-counter flea and tick medication isn't regulated as much as the kind that they sell in their office.
Your veterinarian will get them directly from the company, whereas if they're coming from someplace else, you're not sure how they were shipped, what temperatures they were kept in.
And Dr. Rodkey says the wrong temperature can alter the chemical makeup of the ointment.
She tried to reach out to Hart's. She tried to reach out to Walmart to say, look, you've got to be more careful with this stuff.
But Susan says she didn't get a follow-up phone call back like she was told, so she reached out to me. Walmart told me they'd share the information with Hart's because they take all customer concerns very seriously and are investigating it. And they did. Susan says she got a call from Hart's the next day. Walmart thanked us for bringing it to their attention. As for Hart's, prior to calling Susan, they told me in an email that the symptoms described, while rare, can be consistent with inadvertent ingestion by a cat of a topical flea and tick product, often through self-grooming. Dr. Rodkey doesn't want you to stop giving your pet flea and tick medicine. She just wants you to make sure you're using the right products.
The benefits of a flea and tick product outweigh the risk because of the diseases that are out there.
She's doing so much better.
We thought we were doing right by our animal, you know, by giving her something that would protect her. And instead of protecting her, it almost killed her.
And a couple other important reminders from Dr. Rodkey. Don't apply a dog flea and tick product on a cat. They handle it very differently. And don't mix your flea and tick products, meaning pick one, either a flea collar or go with the topical ointment.
A new program is designed to help families struggling to afford high-speed internet. A number of Americans can get $50 each as part of the FCC's emergency broadband benefit. Officials say the pandemic has underscored the importance of having a reliable internet connection for both adults working from home and kids reliant on virtual learning. Families eligible for the program include anyone receiving any form of government assistance, those with students receiving free or reduced lunches, and households who experience a substantial loss of income due to job loss during the pandemic.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
We're looking dry this midday. A few more clouds. We can see that now. Also looking mostly dry. We see the rain off to our east around State College, but we're looking dry right now thanks to high pressure giving our region a good amount of sunshine as well, keeping things on a quiet note. But in the upcoming days, we will introduce rain chances back into the forecast, including Friday and Saturday. Looking at Storm Tracker now at the start of the day tomorrow, a lot like this morning, a good bit of sunshine coming in. But as we continue to heat up throughout the day, we could start to see a few spotty showers bubble up across the area. And I do mean a few, because we'll be mostly dry, but there is that potential. So we just want you to be mindful of that. Heading into the afternoon, 5:30. A few isolated showers that could affect a few folks out there during the evening commute, but for the most part, not widely impacted by showers. Again, for the most part, most people will go throughout Friday and Saturday without seeing any rain. Rain chances decrease as we go into the nighttime hours, and as we start the day on Saturday, looking like a nice dry start to the day, but kind of a similar scenario as we continue to heat up throughout the day. A few showers will spark into the afternoon. And then as we cool off heading into the evening hours, we lose that rain chance in a pretty big way. And that's what we'll see on Friday and Saturday. Now, Sunday could be your pick of the weekend. Looking really nice, looking dry, and also looking warmer. Temperatures will continue to rise as we head into the upcoming days. For this time of year, our average high should be somewhere near 70 degrees, getting closer to that than we were yesterday. 65 for the high, 68 for Friday and Saturday. And again, these are the days that we both have that chance for a few isolated spotty showers. Dry again on Sunday, warming up closer to average here, feeling really nice and quiet. A really great way to end the weekend and nice weather for you to head outside and enjoy any outdoor activities. Now, I wouldn't cancel any outdoor plans on Friday and Saturday. Again, very spotty showers. So what you could do is download our WPXI weather app where you can track those showers that may be in your neighborhood or where you're going, right there on that radar to see if they are where you are. And also to get information from the weather team, we'll give you the latest information on any showers that come into our area. Going into next week, we have a better rain chance on Monday. Notice that temperatures stay pretty consistent in the 70s there. So feeling much better where we should be for this time of year as we head into next week on Monday. But you'll have to dodge a few showers, so have your rain gear ready as we head into next week.
Well, I think we've all realized that no matter what season it is, if you're washing your hands all the time, they're always dry, right? Oh, you wash, you lotion, wash, lotion, and my hands are still always dry. It's really, really frustrating. But I found the coolest idea, and that is it looks like candy, and it washes, exfoliates, moisturizes, and protects. How fabulous is that? So this is Bondblicity, and it's the most fun you've ever had cleansing and taking care of your hands. So they look like little candies, and you have 6 different fragrances: lemongrass and lavender and vanilla brown sugar and the whole 9 yards. And what this is it's a salt and a sugar scrub together. So, you know, usually it's one or the other. It's salt or sugar, but now it's together. I think that's brilliant, P.S. and by the way. And it's all held together with butters and oils. So what you do, because I tried it, I thought, how in the world is that going to work? And I took it to the sink and I put a little water on my hands, and then I just undid this and then just started scrubbing, and you can feel it. It feels so good on your hands. The fine salt and sugar crystals, and it just smooths your hands, and you can feel it exfoliating. And then with a little warm water, you rinse it, and your hands are left moisturized and protected. How fabulous is that? This is the kind of thing that you want to put in your powder room. You want to take with you in your purse. You want to say, you know what? I'm just going to run to the little girl's room and wash my hands, and that's all I need. It is so much fun. So this whole concept of Bondblicity right now is actually on localsteals.com for 20 to 28% off, and there are so many fabulous ideas. I just told you about one. But these are all things that are going to be amazing for your skin, that are going to be beautiful, that are going to smell good, that are going to feel good, and it's going to be the most fun you've ever had taking care of your skin. I guarantee it.
Uncle Ben's revamped packaging is now available. It's now called Ben's Original. The company is overhauling the name and image because it was rooted in racial stereotypes. The new packaging gets rid of the image of Uncle Ben. In the past year, several companies changed their names and logos, saying they're insensitive. That includes Eskimo Pies, Aunt Jemima, and Cream of Wheat.
Subaru is getting into the electric car business. The Solterra SUV will debut next year. The name is a combination of the Latin words for sun and earth. The car is a joint venture between Subaru's all-wheel drive expertise and Toyota's electric technology. As for an electric pickup truck, Ford will unveil the F-150 Lightning next week. Ford is using the nameplate of its former gas-powered performance pickup. It will go into production next year. Demolition is underway on the Squirrel Hill Theater. The theater closed in 2010. It had been there for 74 years. Once the demolition is complete, crews will start work on a new housing complex and office space called Flats on Forward. That's going to do it for us in Channel 11 News at noon. Thanks for joining us. Our next newscast is tonight at 5.
Hope you can enjoy the sunshine today. Have an incredible day.